Hello. So in our previous classes we have seen about the Boolean algebra and next about the logic gates. So in this class we are going to look at some of the previous gate problems on Boolean algebra and the logic gates. So now let us see the question. The first one is about for the circuit shown the output f is given by. So this is a circuit given and we need to find out the output f. So here what are these gates? These are the XOR gates. So this is XOR 1, XOR 2 and XOR 3 gates. So now we need to find out the output F. So the output for the first one is that, so as we are already familiar with the truth table of this XOR gate, right? So we are having, if we are having two inputs, so the output, here we are having four possibilities 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. So the outputs for this XOR gate are 0. When we are having two inputs equal, we will be getting the output as 0, and when they are varying, the output will be 1. So this is the truth table for the XOR gate. So now we need to find out the output F. So if you observe here, the inputs for the first XOR gate is that both the inputs are same, right? So now here let us take some few possibilities. If A is equals to 0 from this truth table, I will be defining the output F. So if I am taking the input as A, input A is equals to 0. So for A here I am having two possibilities. A is equals to 0 and here also I am having A is equals to 0. If you observe here, the output Y is equal to B. When I am taking the input A as 0, then I am getting the Y, which is Y is also 0, which is equal to the next second input B. And again in another case, if I am taking the input A as 0, the output will be 1, and which is equal to the next second input B. So if I am taking A is equals to 0, then Y is equals to B. So the next one is, if I am taking A is equals to 1. So here also for A is equals to 1, I am having two possibilities. So here in the first case, if I am taking 1 as input, A input, the output is 1 and the second input is 0, which is the complement of the output. So that is Y is equals to B complement. So see the second case also. In the second case, if I am taking A is equals to 1, the output is 0 and the second input is 1. So which is equal to the output Y is equals to B complement. So the next case is that if A is equals to B complement, if I am taking A is equals to B complement, so here I am having two possibilities. So this is A and this is B. So if I am taking A is equals to 0 and B is equals to 1. So here my input is 0 and its complement is 1, and its complement I am taking it as the second input. So that is B complement is equals to 0. Then Y will become 1. See, if A is equals to 0, B is equals to 1. So 1 is the complement of A. So the output is 1. And the next case is A is equals to 1. The complement for 1 is 0. And here I am taking the complement for 1 is 0. Then the output is 1. So if I am taking A is equals to B complement, then the output I am getting here is Y is equals to 1. And finally, if I am taking A is equals to B, then what about the output Y? So here also I am having two cases, that is the first one and the last one. So A is equals to B, A is equals to 0 and B is equals to 0, then the output is 0. And the next case is A is equals to 1, B is equals to 1 and the output will be 0. So this case will be applied for this circuit diagram. Here we are given the both the inputs are having the same input, that is x. So the output for this XOR1 is 0, and from 0 to x, 0 and x, if I am having any input as 0, then I will be getting here x, and this is also x. So when we are having both the inputs are equal, then the output is 0. So the second option is the right answer. B is the minimum number of 2 input NAND gates required to implement the function. So here we are given a function f is equals to x complement plus y complement into z plus w. So we need to implement this function by using the 2 input NAND gates. So if you observe here, we can minimize or simplify this given function by using the Boolean laws. That is, so here the x complement plus y complement, by using the De Morgan's law, we can write that x complement plus y complement can be written as xy whole complement by De Morgan's law into z plus w. So this finally the function f can be written as f is equals to xy whole complement into z plus xy whole complement into w. So this is the final function, simplified function, and by using this function we need to implement the logic circuit by using the 2 input NAND gates. So if you observe here we are having x complement and y complement in common, right? So if you take here, if you are taking one NAND gate, here one of the input will be z and the next input will be xy whole complement, right? So here we will be getting z into xy complement whole complement. So and for the next function will be, which is w, and this one is xy whole complement. So this is z, this is the xy whole complement which is having the equal input. So here we need to find out the how many. So this is the NAND gate function, right? So we need to add one more NAND gate in front of it. So the input will be x, while the output for this is xy whole complement, and the output for this will be xy whole complement into w. So to get the final function f is equals to xy whole complement into z plus xy whole complement into w, we need another NAND gate, right? So we need one more NAND gate. So and finally we will be getting f is equals to xy complement into z plus xy whole complement into w. So the minimum number of 2 input NAND gates required to implement this function is 1, 2, 3 and 4. We need 4 NAND gates to implement the given function f is equals to x complement plus y complement into z plus w. So the option is option B. Indicate which of the following logic gates can be used to realize all possible combinational logic functions, and the options are OR gates only, NAND gates only, XOR gates only and NOR gates only. So here the question is that the following gates which can be used to realize all possible combinational logic functions. So all combinational logic functions can be implemented either by using sum of all these logic functions either by using sum of products form or in the product of sums form. So these can be implemented by using AND gate, OR gate and the NOT gate. So we call this as a complete set. With the help of these AND gate, OR gate and NOT gate, we can implement any of the combinational logic circuits. So here we are having the NAND gates and the NOR gates. We call them as the universal gates. By using this NAND gates and the NAND gate and the NOR gates, we can implement any of the combinational logic. So the answer for this question is that option B and option D both are the right answers. That is, NAND gate and the NOR gate are the universal gates, and by using these universal gates we can implement any of the logic function. For the logic circuit shown in the figure, the output Y is equal to. So this is the logic circuit given and we need to find out the output Y. So let us see. So here we are having 1, 2, 3, 4 NAND gates and 2 OR gates. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 NAND gates and 2 OR gates. 2 input OR gate and 3 input OR gate, right? So let us see. So this is the first one. See, if you observe the first XOR gate, the inputs for this XOR gate are A and B. So the output will become AB whole complement. So for the next XOR gate, the inputs are B and C. So this output will be BC whole complement. So for the third XOR gate, the input here, both the inputs are connected, right? So this is A complement, and the fourth XOR gate, the input is C. So this is C complement. So we got the values for A complement and C complement. Now we need to find out the value for this one, right? So for this one, for this OR gate, the output will be AB whole complement plus DC whole complement. So finally we got the 3 inputs for this OR gate. So here Y is equals to A complement plus A complement B, AB whole complement, sorry, plus BC whole complement plus C complement. So by using De Morgan's law, we can write this AB whole complement and BC whole complement as Y is equals to A complement plus B complement plus B complement plus C complement plus C complement. So we can write this AB whole complement as A complement plus B complement, BC whole complement as B complement plus C complement. So if you are having A complement plus A complement, so if you are having A plus A, by using the OR functions in Boolean algebra, A plus A will become A. So that's why if you are having A complement plus A complement, then we will be getting A complement, and next B complement plus B complement, we will be getting B complement, plus C complement plus C complement, we will be getting C complement. So the answer for this circuit output Y is A complement plus B complement plus C complement. The option is D. Boolean expression for the output of XNOR logic gate with inputs A and B is, and the options are given. So Boolean expression for the output of XNOR logic gate. So as we are already familiar with the XNOR logic gate, that the output for the XNOR logic gate will be the circuit, the logic diagram for the XNOR gate will be like this, with 2 inputs, input A and input B, and the output Y is equals to A complement B complement plus AB. So this is the output for the XNOR logic gate. But here we are not having but in the options we are not having this answer, right? So the XNOR is nothing but it is the complement of XOR gate, right? So now we can write this as y is equals to a complement b plus a b complement whole complement. This is nothing but the function for XOR gate, right? By using De Morgan's law, we can write this y is equals to a plus b complement into a complement plus b. So this is the answer for the given question, Boolean expression for the output of XNOR logic gate. So the option is C. So now let us check whether this answer is the right one or not. See, so a plus b complement into a complement plus b. So we can write it as a into a complement plus ab plus a complement b complement plus b into b complement. So here a into a complement is equals to 0, b into b complement is equals to 0. So finally we are getting ab plus a complement into b complement. So which is the output for the XNOR gate. The output of logic gate is 1. When all its outputs are at logic 0, the gate is either. So if we are having a block, this is a block, right? For this block we are having some inputs, some n number of inputs, and these are all the inputs, and we are having a single output which is 1, and all these inputs are zeros. And now we need to find out for which gate this condition is applicable. So now let us see for AND gate. For AND gate, if we observe in the truth table of this AND gate, when we are having all the inputs as ones, then the output will become 1. So this AND gate is not applicable. So this we can eliminate the option D. So next one is OR gate. For OR gate, when we are having, if we are having any input, that is if we are having all the inputs as zeros, then the output will be 0. So if here we are having inputs as zeros but the output is 1, so this condition is also not applicable. So next one is NAND gate. So we can also eliminate this option, third option. So the answer is in between A and B. So the next one is a NAND gate. So if you see that if we are having the output, when we are having the input as 1 and 1, the output will be 0, and if we are having the input as zeros, all zeros for a NAND gate, the output will be 1. So this may be. So NAND gate can be applicable to this condition. See, let us see all the remaining gates. For NOR gate, when we are having the inputs as zeros and the output will be 1, so this can also be applicable. So A and B can be applicable, may be applicable. The next one is XOR gate. So for XOR gate, when we are having, this is a OR detector gate. So when we are in a XOR gate, when we are having both the zeros, the output will be 0. So this will not be applicable. So we can eliminate this one also. As we here NAND gate can be applicable, but XOR gate is not applicable. So our answer is option B, NOR gate and then XOR gate. So let us see for the XOR gate also. For XOR gate, when we are having both the inputs A and B as zeros, then the output will be 1. So this can also be applicable. So the answer is an OR gate. And the output of the circuit shown in the figure is equal to. So here we are given the output logic circuit, and we need to find out the output, right? So if you observe here, so here we are having 3 XOR gates, 1, 2 and 3. Here we are having 3 XOR gates. So as we have seen in our previous classes that we can also call this XOR gate as a coincidence gate, right? So if you observe the truth table of this XOR gate, when we are having two inputs A, B and Y, we are having 4 possibilities 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. So the output for this is 0, 1, 1, 0, right? So if see here, if you observe this is equal to, for example, here I am taking this as X and this is I am taking it as Y. The output for the first XOR gate I am taking as X, and for the second XOR gate I am taking the output as Y. So if you observe this here, X is equals to Y and Y is equals to X. So the input for the third XOR gate are same, right? So if we are having the same inputs, then the output will always be 0. So if you observe here, when we are having 0 and 0, the output is 0, and when we are having 1 and 1, the output is 0. So the answer for this is that A, option A, 0 is the correct answer. The minimum number of NAND gates required to implement the Boolean function A equals to AB complement plus AB complement C is equals to. So here we are given a function, this is f. F is equals to A plus AB complement plus AB complement C. So for this function, we need to find out how many number of NAND gates are required to implement this function. So if you observe here, f is equals to, in this function, if you observe, we are having A as common in all the terms, right? So here I am taking A common, so then I am having 1 plus B complement plus B complement C. So when I am performing the OR operation with any of the variable, when I am performing any of the variable with 1, then I will be getting f is equals to, if I am performing 1 with 1 plus A, then I will be getting the output as 1. So 1 plus B complement will become 1 plus B complement C. So again, here it is performing the OR operation with, 1 is performing the OR operation with B complement C. So again f is equals to A into 1. So f is equals to A. So here we don't require any of the NAND gates to implement the given function. So the answer is option A. The minimum number of 2 input NAND gates required to implement the Boolean function Z is equals to A, B complement C, assuming A, B, C are available, is A, 2, 3, 5 and 6. So now we need to implement this function with 2 input NAND gates. So if the final output will be, the final output for this is Z is equals to A, B complement C. So for this, here we are having, we may have like this, one more NAND gate. So that is AC and B complement. This will be A B complement C whole complement. So for AC again we may have one more NAND gate. So this is AC. This is A and this is C. Here we will be getting A complement C and finally we will be getting AC. So this is P. And finally we require 5 NAND gates to implement the function Z is equals to A B complement C. So let me explain. First, if we need to get the output as Z is equals to A B complement C, we need one NAND gate, right? So before that NAND gate, we will be having the A B complement C whole complement, right? So here we are having two inputs AC and B complement. So here why I am taking this AC right here means that for A and C variables, we are not having the complement. So that's why I have taken that A and C as one input and B complement as another input. So for B complement, we need to combine both the inputs for one more NAND gate. So here also I am requiring one more NAND gate. For AC, I am getting two NAND gates. That is here, this is the output of the AND gate. So to implement the AND gate by using the NAND gate, we require two NAND gates. So that's why here we are requiring 5 NAND gates to implement this function Z is equals to A B